Hi, Richard. Thank you very much for allowing me to interview you. My first question for you is, what do you like about your work?
Thank you, Sam. So it's great to talk to you. So yeah, I'll talk about my work. So firstly, I'm Richard. I'm a director of a large construction company, and my responsibilities are at the very front end of the business. So actually, what I love about my job is that you'll hear this a lot from people in our sector, is that no one day is the same. And there's a real great variety because I'm very much about engaging with people. Every person is different, their needs are different, and that's really exciting. I'm also, lots of people know me as someone who likes to explore and understand what's going on. And so, because I like meeting different people, I like understanding what their problems are, and then I like looking for solutions. I tend to spend a lot of my time helping understand and then solve problems. But one of the things I recognize is that I don't have all the answers. I would never pretend to have all the answers, but I'm highly likely that I might know somebody who does know the answer. So something that's a really, really fascinating part of my job is seeking out people that maybe others wouldn't do to help solve problems. So whether that's in the health sector and talking to GPs to understand how they do things.
Great, that's
Okay.
fantastic. Yeah, that's brilliant. Okay, so how did you start out?
So I started out in a very classic engineering way. When I was at school, I really enjoyed maths, physics, design, technology, dare I say it, all the geeky subjects. I kind of also had a little bit of an interest in English, but my teachers were adamant that I was an engineer. So I listened to them because they were the only ones to really listen to. And so I studied GCSEs, A levels, maths, physics, design, technology, geology, geotechnics. So the classic engineering and construction, civil engineering. Messed up my A levels, which is not a bad thing, probably part of the making of me. Went to university and did a foundation degree in engineering and science, and then enrolled on a civil engineering degree for 4 years. And that meant I went out to work on construction sites, and I thought that's what I was going to be in my career. I did that for a while and then moved around to a couple of different companies and realized that I was quite good at design, which I hadn't realized, but I was good at design. And then as I started to get involved with the design of projects, so moving away from being on site to being in an office, I actually discovered it wasn't so much the design and the solutions I was really good at, although I enjoyed that. It was about describing the solutions to people who weren't engineers. And I never forget one of the lessons at university, my personal tutor, in fact, he said, one of the reasons why you're so employable as an engineer is because you're also highly literate. And he was really trying to encourage us to take our great engineering skills and show non-engineering, non-technical people why that was really useful to them. It was apply that learned knowledge.
Okay, so what would you say to someone starting out today?
Follow what you're interested in. I will add an element though of employability. So with my director hat on is, please get your English and maths sorted, because with those two ingredients, I'll teach you everything else you need to know. So we are constantly training our people. So English and maths are really important. And I know some people don't like them, and I get that. And I have children as well, and I'm helping them, and they don't like things. But get your English and maths, follow your passion, and don't be scared to try something.
Okay, so final question. Final question. What is your vision for a green future?
The first thing I'm going to say is do something, make some changes. It's actually very easy to make changes, whether that is thinking about whether you really need to drive somewhere. I do cycle everywhere, but I do own a car. Could you change your electricity tariff to a green energy tariff? Another question I ask people is, have you written to your local council to ask them what they're doing about climate change and how can I get involved? Think about the products you choose. Think about what you eat. I make no secret of it. Over the last 18 months, my wife and I have made some quite dramatic changes in our lives. I've become vegetarian, which is strange for someone who grew up on a farm. My dad doesn't quite get it, but I need to make small changes. I also lobby and help local authorities who are trying to decarbonise their houses and their buildings. I have a lot of experience, but I don't know all the answers, but I am happy to collaborate and to bring others on that journey. It is genuinely, you have to do something. You can't just sit around and wait. And the line I often use on people, and I've written about this online, is I know in 2030, my children, my son will almost be leaving home, I suspect, or going to university or something. And he will ask me, what did you do about climate change? You knew it was happening. You knew we needed to do something. And there's no way in 2030, I'm going to say to him, I couldn't be bothered. I was waiting for somebody else to do it. I say to people, every little change makes a difference. And the example I always use, and I rather embarrassed someone the other day about this, and I asked them the question, what sort of toothbrush do they use? So Sam, can you tell me what's your toothbrush made of?
My toothbrush is an electric toothbrush.
It's an electric toothbrush. Okay, well, that's not a bad answer, but most people say it's plastic.
Yeah.
And there are about 60 million people in the UK, so you should change your toothbrush 4 times a year. So by my maths, that's 240 million toothbrushes that are thrown away every year. They're mostly plastic. I've changed to a bamboo toothbrush. Now they are the same, Colgate make them, they're quite cheap. If everyone in the UK changed to a bamboo toothbrush overnight, that's 240 million pieces of plastic that are no longer in the waste. Tiny, I've made 0 impact on my own. But if we all made that change, that's a big impact. So there we go, lots of changes, big ones, little ones, all the ones in the middle, but we need to make changes.